Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Shri
Ram
Ram,
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Prabhu
Krishna Hare Krishna
Nityananda
Krishna
Vivi
Hare
Advaita
Ram
Gadadhara
Hare
Srivasadi
Krishna
Gaura
Krishna Ram
Bhakta.
Ram Hare
Jai
Krishna Hare
Shri
Krishna
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 Chaitanya
Ram Ram
Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda
Krishna Hare
Vivi
Krishna
Advaita
Krishna Ram Ram
Gadadhara
Hare
Srivasadi Gaura
Krishna Hare
Bhakta.
Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Jai
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Ram
Chaitanya
Ram
Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda
Krishna
Vivi
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Ram
Krishna.
Ram Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Ram
Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna everyone. So today is 25th of March. It is Govinda Masa or Falguna Masa, Shukla Paksha and Paurnami Tithi. So today is also Paurnami Tithi. Yesterday, today, both days are Paurnami. So yesterday we have celebrated Gaura Purnima in UK, and today it is Gaura Purnima in the India. We celebrated there. Um, so and also today in UK it is the Holi festival. So about the Holi festival, there is a small pastime about Holika. So who is the sister of Hiranyakashipu? So whenever Hiranyakashipu was trying to kill Prahlad Maharaja in so many ways, at the time Holika, she has come forward to help Hiranyakashipu to kill Prahlada. So and she had a guru that she cannot be burned by fire. Therefore, she will sit with Prahlada on her lap on a fire pile, and that should be lit. And Prahlada will be burned and she will be saved because of the boon. Hiranyakashipu agreed to that plan and it was executed. The mercy of the Lord was such that Holika was burned and Prahlada was saved. So that is when the pure when the pyre is made ready, and even today there is a sugar cane which is kept in the middle and removed immediately on lighting the pyre at night. A lot of people will go and do the some puja before the pyre. It is lit. Is called Tandi Holiki Puja. So that is pray to the Lord to save Prahlad Maharaja from the calamity of being burned. So they are putting tika on the sugar cane, if you notice. So this is some information from the iskandizeti.com. And apart from that, devotees they play with the colors with the Lord. And the Holi of Vrindavan and Barsana is famous for this Holi festival. Therefore, it is okay if a devotee wants to play with colors with the Lord. So, what a lot of people do to play with the Lord with kesar and gulab jal, then with flowers. Some people do pushpa abhishek once a year on a holy. So, in that colored condition, devotees offer at least thandai along with other bhoga if possible, and then clean up the place, deities, and the altar. So later on, devotees start with playing holy with the Lord. Then, so likewise, it is celebrated among the devotees. These are few lines from the iskondizeti.com. Okay, that is from the event's perspective about holy. We shall quickly move into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj on the meditation on the Lord within the heart. So he has mentioned about the four-handed form of the Lord, the Super Soul. So, Ketiswadehanta Hridayavakashe Pradeshamatram Purusham Vasantam Chaturbhujam Kanjaratanga Shanka Gadadharam Dharanaya Smaranti Prasanna Narinayatekshanam Kadamba Kinjalka Pisenga Vasasam Lasan Maharatna Hirinmayangadam Spuran Maharatna Kirita Kundalam Unnidhrut Pankaja Karnikalaye Yogeshwara Stapita Pada Pallavam Shri Lakshanam Kaustavatna Kandaram Amlana Lakshmiya Vanamala Yachitam Vibhushitam Mekalayangulikaihi Mahadanaihi Nupura Kankanadibihi Snigdamala Kunchita Nila Kuntalaihi Virochamana Ana Hasapeshalam Adina Leela Hasiteksharola Sadbhubhanga Samsita Bhuryanugraham Iksheti Chinta Mayamenamishwaram Yavan Manodharanaya Avatistate एकैकशङ्गानुध्यानुभावयेत् पादादि यावद्दसितं गदावृतः जितं जितं स्थानम् अपोह्य धारयेत् param param sujjiti dehi yata yata. So these are the descriptions of Sukadeva Goswami, that one has to meditate on the Lord starting from the lotus feet, padadi yavadasitam gadavritaha, until sitam gadavritaha, his smiling face. Then one's intelligence will be purified due to that meditation on each and every limb of the Lord. Likewise, Sukadeva Goswami was saying, Ekaika Shangani Dhyanu Bhavaye Padadi Yavadasitam Gadabrutaha Jitam Jitam Tanamopohya Dharye Param Param Sujjiti Yatayatha. So after saying this one has to meditate the Lord in the heart. Again, so previously Sukadeva Goswami mentioned to Parikshit that a materialistically engrossed person meditate on the Virat Rupa form of the Lord. So later on, he turned it to the four-handed form to meditate in the mood of devotional service. Now, after explaining this one, he is again mentioning about the Purusha Virat Rupa form meditation. Until one is completely elevated himself from the material conception, and then whenever his mood completely changed, then he would, until that point, he has to keep on meditating on the Virat Rupa form. After that, whenever his mood changes, or whenever he realizes he is spiritually elevated, then he has to meditate on the four-handed form of the Lord, Chaturbhujam. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, so we are in the second canto, second chapter, verse number 14. Yavanna jayeta paravaresmin Vishveshware Dastri Bhakti Yogaha Tavatstaviyaha Purushasya Rupam Kriyavasane Preta Smareta Yavat na jayeta paravaresmin. Yavat, as long as na jayeta. So he does not develop. What is that one? Paravaresmin. And the para is the transcendental, and avare asmin, which is beyond this mundane world, in the form of Vishveshware Drastari Bhakti Yogaha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Lord of all the worlds. Vishveshware Drastari Bhakti Yogaha, unto the seer. Drastari is the one who sees the Lord with his divine vision, Drastari. And Bhakti Yogaha, and through the devotional service. So, and here until he come to the devotional service, what he is mentioned, Tavat Staviyaha, and Tavat, so long, Staviyaha, who is materially engrossed person, the gross materialist, engrossed, Tavat Staviyaha Purushasya Rupam, of the Virat Purusha, the universal form. Purushasya Rupam Kriyavasane Preta Smareta. And at the end of one's prescribed duties, Preta Smareta, with proper attention, one should remember Smareta. So that means here until he's spiritual elevated, he must be meditating on the Virat Rupa form. Once he is elevated, then he is advised to meditate on the Lord in the heart. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Yavanna jayeta paravaresmin vishveshware drashtari bhakti yogaha tavat taviha purushasya rupam kriyavasane preta smareta. So translation for this verse, unless the gross materialist develops a sense of loving service unto the Supreme Lord, the seer of both the transcendental and material worlds, he should remember or meditate upon the universal form of the Lord at the end of his prescribed duties. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So can I request, today is allocated to Gauringi Mataji. Would you like to read the purport?
Yes, Prabhuji. Wait for me, Prabhuji. Get the class. Sorry. Just a second, Prabhuji. I'm opening. Yes. Okay.
Mataji, you are on mute. Gauringi Mataji, you are on the mute. Gauringi Mataji, you are muted. So you need to unmute and...
Yes. Sorry, Prabhuji. I read many. Sorry, Prabhuji. And the Supreme Lord is the share of all worlds, both material and transcendental. In other words, the Supreme Lord is the ultimate beneficiary and enjoyer of all worlds, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 5.29. The spiritual world is the manifestation of his internal potency, and the material world in the manifestation of his external potency. The living entities are also his marginal potency, and by their own choice they can live in either the transcendental or material world. The material world is not a fit piece for living entities, because they are spiritually one with the Lord, and in the material world the living entities become conditioned by the laws of the material world. The Lord wants all living entities who are his parts and parcel to live with him in the transcendental world. The and for enlightening condition souls in the material world. All the Vedas and the revelated spiritual are there, especially um, to recall the condition soul back home and to Godhead. Unfortunately, the conditions living entities all thought suffering continuously. The threefold miseries of conditions life are not very serious about going back to Godhead. It is due to their misguided way of living, complicated by sins and um, virtues. Some of them who are virtuous by days begin in to establish the Lord's relation with the Lord, but they are unable to uh, understand understand the personal future of the Lord. The real purpose of life is to make contact with the Lord and be engaged in His service. That is the natural position of living entities, but those who are impersonalists and are unable to render any living service to the Lord have been advised to meditate upon His impersonal future. The Virat Rupa or universal from some way or other, one must try to reestablish once forgotten religion with the Lord if one at all desires to gain real happiness in life and to reclaim his natural unfitted condition. For the less intelligent beginners, meditation on the impersonal future, the Virat Rupa or universal form of the Lord, will gradually quality on one to rise to personal contact. One is advised therewith to meditate upon the Virat Rupa specified in the previous chapters in order to understand how the different plants, seas, mountains, rivers, birds, beasts, human being, demigods, and all that we can uh, conceive are but different parts and limbs of the Lord's Virat from. This sort of thinking is also a type of meditation on the absolute truth, and as soon as such meditation begin, one develops one's godly qualities, and the whole world appears to be a happy and peaceful residence for all the people of the world. Without such meditation on God, either personal or impersonal, all good qualities of the human being covered with misconception regarding his constitutional position, and without such advanced knowledge, the well world become a hill for the human being. Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji. It's a long purport. So in this purport, so Prabhupada is mentioning said that the Lord is the well-wisher of all the worlds, spiritual and material worlds, and He creates. He's a Vishweshwari Drastari. He is the Lord of all the worlds, and He is the seer of material and spiritual worlds. And here, Prabhupada brings Bhoktaram Vignitapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Jnatvamam Chanti Mruchati. That verse from Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada brings that whenever all the living entities they take to the devotional service to Krishna, knowing that he is the well-wisher of everyone, then everything will be peaceful. And then Jnatvamam Santim Richati, he will get the peacefulness. So, and here, this material world is not fit for a place for living entities because they are spiritually one with the Lord. We are separated, conditioned souls in this material world. Actually, we belong to Krishna, spiritually one. And Lord wants to all the living entities, parts and parcels, to live with Him. So that's why He arranges everything, Vedas and revealed scriptures. He will arrange all these things in the beginning of the creation itself. And also, the Lord also personally comes and performs pastimes. Okay, that is one thing. And Prabhupada mentions that who are not in the devotional service yet, they are advised to meditate on the upon impersonal feature, the Virat Rupa or universal form, until they get into the devotional service. That is the preliminary requirements. Okay, so and as previously we have discussed about the Virat Rupa form, all the seas, oceans, birds, beasts, human beings, they are the parts of the Virat Rupa only. So there are different parts and limbs of the Lord. So this sort of thinking is also type of meditation on the absolute truth. Then immediately he'll attain these divine godly qualities, and the whole world appears to be happy and peaceful. So that is further explained. So without such meditation on the God, either personal, impersonal, or all good qualities of human being become covered with misconceptions regarding his constitutional position. And without such advanced knowledge, the whole world becomes a hell for the human being. This is the degraded civilization, atheistic. So that is from the purport of this particular verse. So Sukadeva Goswami mentioning that yavanna jayeta paravaresmin vishveshware drashtari bhakti yogaha tavat staviha purushasya rupam priyavasane preta smareta. So until he comes to the devotional service, so he is advised to meditate upon the universal form of the Lord at the end of his prescribed duties. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly move into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Jananivasa, January 26th, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request any unallocated devotees to read this letter?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, we can read.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Letter to Jananivasa, date January 26, 1970, Los Angeles. My dear Jananivasa, please accept my humble blessings. I beg to thank you for your letter dated January 21st, 1970, and I am so glad to read your thesis on Krishna consciousness is the absolute necessity for mankind in this age. I am very much obliged to you for so nicely presenting our philosophy, and I am also glad to learn that your professor is so pleased upon it that he has kindly given it the grade A and also allowed you to work for another paper. So Krishna is giving you good chance for presenting Krishna consciousness movement in the circle of educated people. Do it to your best and Krishna will give you more and more strength. Scarcity of language which you are now feeling in this connection will be fulfilled by Krishna by the process of your eagerness to serve him. Perhaps you remember the verse in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that the Lord himself supplied the light and intelligence from within the heart of a devotee who is constantly engaged in his transcendental loving service. So the secret of success is that one should be eager to serve the spiritual master and Krishna simultaneously with the same regard, and things will become automatically revealed in the heart of the devotee. I see that these symptoms are there very nicely in you, and if you continue this attitude, I hope you will be a great preacher and teacher of Krishna consciousness movement in the world. For the time being, we will hand over a copy of this thesis to Hayagriva Prabhu for publication in the Back to Godhead in 2 or 3 installments. The last point you have inquired the meaning of the name Jananivasa. Jananivasa is the name of Lord Vishnu. Jana means the living entities. Lord Vishnu in his incarnation of Mahavishnu, lying in the causal ocean, gives shelter to all living entities who are not liberated at the time of dissolution. Again, when there is creation, these living entities are given chance to liberate themselves in the manifest creation by devotional activities. This process is going on eternally, and fortunate living entities take advantage of this manifest creation and return back to the spiritual world by devotional activities. So the rest of the living entities during dissolution, so the rest of the living entities during dissolution is Mahavishnu. Thus his name is Jananivasa. I hope this will meet you in very good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Actually, this is a very beautiful letter. Srila Prabhupada is giving a lot of instructions in here. First of all, he is thanking Jananivasa Prabhu for his letter dated 21st, 1970, and he's acknowledging that he's very glad about the thesis regarding Krishna consciousness he wrote. And Prabhupada is saying that this is very necessary for this age of Kali, because as we know, this age of Kali is just a age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So Prabhupada says he is really very much obliged and for presenting this very nicely, the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And also he got A grade in the university, I think in the university by his professor. And this is one point. And he says you need to continue working on this and another paper. And he also explains here that we have to depend on Krishna, and Krishna will give strength to regarding the language he is mentioning about. Jananivasa Prabhu is thinking that his language is not as so good. So Prabhupada is encouraging him that if we depend on Krishna, Krishna always gives strength and energy, and he will give the wisdom to fulfill that desire and to keep continuing. And only thing we need to have the desire to serve faithfully to Krishna, and Krishna will fulfill all our desires accordingly. And also he is giving an example of verse in Bhagavad Gita chapter 10. The Lord supplies all the intelligence and he is within the heart of the devotee, and he constantly helps them to engage in our transcendental service. So this is the secret of success, Prabhupada is saying here. And he is Krishna is the spiritual master, and he is helping everyone who is really keen and interested to spread the Krishna consciousness. This is another lesson for me as well. So all of us. And Prabhupada says he is seeing the symptoms in Jananivasa Prabhu very clearly, and he will become in future he will definitely become a great preacher in Krishna consciousness movement. And here another thing, Prabhupada is explaining the meaning of Jananivasa, which was inquired by Jananivasa Prabhu. So he is asking what's the meaning of Jananivasa. So Prabhupada is very nicely explaining. It's the name of the Lord Vishnu, and he is the Jana means the living entities, and Lord Vishnu in his incarnation of Mahavishnu lying in the causal ocean. and gives shelter to all the living entities who are not liberated at the time of dissolution. So this is very clear that who are not liberated, all the living entities are resting on Mahavishnu. And again, when the creation happens, the living entities are given a chance to uh, uh, continue their devotional service and get liberated. And we have to take advantage of the devotional service. And I think this is another lesson for all of us. Then finally we will all get liberated. Thank you, Prabhuji. This is what I understood. And somebody can elaborate. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely explained. Any other points, dear devotees, you want to add? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So Krishna gives all the intelligence and the language as well. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti. He will give all this intelligence to spread Krishna consciousness. That is not a barrier. So one has to have faith and desire to serve. Then he will become a great preacher and teacher of Krishna consciousness movement. And this Jananivasa is also Narayan. Narayana is the Narayan. Nara Ayana. Ayana is the shelter for all the Naras. So that's why he's called Narayana. And likewise, Jananivasa. All the living entities lives in the body of either Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. Further, once this universe is destroyed, then all the living entities go back to body of Mahavishnu. There they reside. So likewise, it is a gradual, always eternal process until the living entity is freed from the material world. It is Karnadak Sai Vishnu that we have learned yesterday. जगृहे पौरुषरूपम भगवान महदादिभिः संभूतं षोडशकलं आदौ लोकसिसृक्षया. That is the first Vishnu expansion. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so tomorrow we have got a preaching session with Prabhavati Sachi Mataji. So we are looking for Prabhupada mentions great preacher. You will be a great preacher and teacher of Krishna conscious movement in the world. So we are looking for all the devotees, experts, and everyone to be like that. Thank you so much. That is from updates side from me. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, temple updates, you have experienced different things, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no further updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna conscious day everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत